In this video, we're getting into the nitty-gritty practical tips and easy to follow steps on what it takes to make contest-winning photos or magazine-ready photos, or in other words, photos that actually sell on stock sites. For all of 2025, we ran a monthly photography contest here on the channel. First of all, wow, there were so many really good photos that it made choosing a single winning image a very difficult task. So why this photo and not that photo? I mean, they're all good. How do you choose one? And there are many reasons, but the main one is that the winning photos were ready to use. They didn't need any extra editing or adjustments. They were ready to be printed in a magazine that day. I'm not going to spend too much time on each individual image because we already did that in the specific critique videos, but let's get into them and look at some of the key pointers that might help you understand what makes a high sellable or contest winning photo. First, we have this photo here by One Hope Menta for National Grilled Cheese Month. The lighting in here is perfect. If you look at it, there's two light sources, one from either side, and it's not boring light, meaning that the light is intentional and it comes from the sides, not the front. This creates shadows, it creates highlights, and adds depth. That's perfect when we're talking about photography. Plus, the background looks great and leaves negative space for magazine to overlay text. Next, we have Mother's Day, and this one is by Natalia Crielli. This photograph is a masterclass in photographing a concept. It uses natural light and leading lines to drive that composition. It's simple and to the point. One reminder, when you're using people, pay attention to their gaze, where they're looking. Wherever your eyes look, it's gonna make a huge difference on how a designer can use that photo. Okay, next we have Go Barefoot Day. And for that, we have this photograph here by Adam Loveland. It's another perfect concept photo. The act of holding the shoes is what makes this photo that great. It has the lines, it has the light, it has the shadows, the storytelling, but that holding the shoes, that detail, that's the storytelling secret. Quick question for everybody that participated in the contest. How are those photos selling? I know Greg Kelton sends me emails from time to time telling me how these photos are selling, and he's had some great success with these concept photos. But I want to hear from the rest of you. Let me know here in the comments, how are those sales? Okay, next we had National Ice Cream Month. And look at this photo here by Sandra Mejias. This one took a lot of work behind the scenes. At first I was really puzzled. How do you do that? But he took a clear piece of plexiglass, drilled a hole in it, and that's how he held the cone. Then he photoshopped that out. Now the ice cream is actually not ice cream. It's a mixture of frosting and sugar mix. It's a secret that photographers use. And that way it'll last forever. You can move it, you can compose it, and that's how you get beautiful images like this one. And again, when you look at this photo, it's magazine ready. The colors, the balance, everything, it's just perfect. Okay, next we have Senior Citizens Day, and this one is by Jim Lambert. It's authentic, it looks real, it doesn't look staged at all, and when you look at it, the balance, the colors, it's very simple, and that's what it takes to make a sellable stock photo, and again, it's magazine ready. The colors are simple. You only have 3 tones you gotta match if you're printed in a magazine. You have your green, your gray, and your blue. That's it. That's simplicity so that it could be used in many different ways. That's why that photo was a winner for that month. Perfect. Okay, next, Beer Lovers Day. And we had this photo here by Jenna Chittenden. Beautiful photo, it's perfect for this contest. Now, something important here, and as a reminder, is that when you're working with models or when you're using yourself for self-portrait for stock photography, it is really important that you look relaxed. Even if your lighting is perfect, if you're stiff as a model, or if you're looking slightly the wrong way, when you take the photo, you might be looking, or even just the slightest head tilt, that can ruin the shot. But Gina nailed the natural look here. She looks super relaxed, it looks authentic, and that is the type of content that would be magazine ready. Next, we have World Teacher's Day, and this one is by Craig Parker. Now, before I continue, if you're wondering why these themes or subjects are so random, that's because the ideas came from my list of shots for stock, 20 monthly ideas for stock photography that you can download completely for free on my website, wollertzphotography.com. Just go there, go all the way to the bottom, and it's free. Just drop your email and it's free. Now, let's get back to the photo. If you look at this photo, it's a composite. You can tell because they're focused in two places, the card and the teacher. That's awesome. That works fantastic for stock, and it's the only way to keep something like that and make it pop. Now, it also looks like a real classroom. There's simple lighting, there's the desk, papers that she's working on, and the card. No crazy props, just an authentic celebration of teachers. Short and sweet, right to the point. That, again, when you want to sell something for stock, you got to get that point across. When you look at it, okay, we're celebrating the teacher. Done. Okay, next we have Black Friday sales, and we have this one here by Carmen Garcia. Look at all the work she did for this photo. The attention to detail here was incredible. This has a strong concept that is ready for a big news article or a blog post immediately. You can use it to promote Black Friday, to talk about Black Friday, to sell things, many uses, and it, like I said, it is ready to be used. But the amount of detail and work that she did for this photo, wow, awesome. Next, we have Eggnog with a Christmas feeling, and I love this photo by Alexander Jungling. Look at the path, the leading path that goes to the glowing drink in the background. That's what I expect when I go on a hike, just a massive drink out there. Anyway, you got the Christmas decorations, everything is a little bit muted, which adds more to the drink, and that is the aura, the magic of that drink. It's Christmassy, it has, boom, right there. That, again, that's ready to be a full spread on a magazine. Then we had Dress Up Your Pet Day. Bambi was not so happy about that shoot, but she did great. Now on this photo here by Kim Dubois, this is one of my favorites. Natural light, low angle, and the shallow depth of field, that blurred grass in the foreground right here, that creates a beautiful frame for that subject. Awesome, beautiful photograph. Next, we had Canned Food Month, and this photo here by Debbie Lowe, she made a gourmet meal out of a can. The composition is fantastic, and then adding the herbs and spices took it to another level. It tells the story of fine dining on a budget. I mean, that looks really cool. Look at that. Awesome. Then we had light painting. This is the only one that I did not choose from my list. This was a technique, and it was open to interpretation, and everybody did a great job. But this one here by Rosa Maria Garcia Vega was perfect. I mean, it was executed perfectly. The color science, you got the blue in the sky with the orange, and cool and warm. The directional lighting was spot on, and then adding the floating musical notes, that was the cherry on top. Do you see what I mean? These are all magazine ready. Many of you have asked me why I stopped the contest, and the short answer is when somebody sends you something, companies send you things, a product for review or a prize to give to you, they expect views. That's what they expect in return, is views so they can promote their company. Unfortunately, these contests and the critique videos were amongst the lowest performing videos on my channel. I know that some people don't like sponsored content, that there's a fine line between promoting and reviewing something. I see it as a way to bring information and new tools to you so you can make informed decisions before you purchase something. Now, surviving on YouTube is tough. We need these brand deals. Now, most of these do trade for product. You make a video, they give you a product, and that doesn't pay bills. But unless you have the high views to justify a fee, no one's rushing out to give you money to make a video. I've been very careful about who I work with and what I want to promote. I don't want to promote something I don't believe in, which is why you haven't seen me promoting much AI here. That said, I'm thinking of bringing back some photo reviews or something maybe in a different way. So let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video, which might be in my new office. Oh yeah, I haven't mentioned that yet, have I?